Hello to my solid subscribers, here is your request, chapter 236, but for now let's go to English. I don't have any purchase of Tagalog language yet, maybe you want to give me another purchase, haha, that will help me a lot. Now we're going straight to the story, but before that let's do an intro. These sorts of people were born narcissistic. They were capable of loving little, except for their own face and reputation.
Excuse me, miss, but you haven't made your order yet. Here is the list of drinks we serve. Please, take a look.
The waitress handed the menu over to Kara. This time, Kara was stunned. One of her classmates sneered.
Kara, what is going on? Didn't you say that there will be a surprise after the meal? Where is the surprise?
I'm not going to look at the menu. Let me remind you once again. This is Mr. Wade. Mr. Wade is here. I think you should know better than not to give face.
Kara once again summoned Curran's name.
I am sorry, miss. All the guests at our restaurant are young executives and big bosses. We do not give out gifts to everyone every day.
Are you serious now? Aren't you going to give me any face at all? Do you know who Mr. Kennedy is? He's a good friend of mine.
Curran asked in dispute.
I know that there is a young man named Mr. Kennedy, who comes here to eat often. We do not give him any free gifts either.
The waitress replied with a confused look on her face.
Damn it, you're really not giving me any face at all, huh?
Both Curran and Kara had unsightly expressions on their faces at the moment. This was especially true considering how Kara's classmates were all looking at her, laughing among themselves. Women like to compare everything, after all. Even if they were all close friends, their competition instinct with one another was often powerful. Since Kara had studied abroad and was currently working there, her group of girlfriends were already jealous of her in the first place. If she did invoke such a strong presence on her, they would have definitely been even more jealous and envious of her. However, the funny thing was that it seemed as though Kara and this young man, Curran, were making fools out of themselves.
Forget it, you know nothing. I'm not talking to her ever again, and I don't feel like eating here today. I want her to know who she offended.
Curran was also furious, slamming his hands hard on the table. After that, he led Kara and the others out right away. This particular might not know who he was, but the cashier girl downstairs certainly did. He would have to gain back his face and reputation there. After he was done speaking, he headed straight to the front desk.
I won't be eating here after this. Hand me the bill.
Curran spoke way louder than he should have. The cashier girl had no idea what was going on, but she simply printed the bill anyway.
Hello sir, your expenditure for the night is $12,000. Will you be paying by credit card or cash?
What? $12,000? What about the 30% discount?
Kara asked in shock.
Discount? Sorry miss, but we do not have such offers in our restaurant for the time being. The cashier girl naturally recognized them and simply looked at them with contempt.
After all, he spoke so loudly yet pretended to be so generous. Instead, he seemed so shocked and terrified when he saw the $12,000 bill.
Have you forgotten that we ate here during lunch too? You gave me a 30% discount at that time, and you even handed us a bottle of precious red wine for free.
Kara felt as though her face had turned green.
Of course, I remember that. However, we gave you the 30% discount and the bottle simply to show our respect to our most distinguished and valuable guest. In fact, if that guest happened to be the one settling the bill, we wouldn't charge him for the meal at all. Oh, not to mention, it seems as though our most distinguished guest isn't here tonight.
Explained the cashier girl with an icy tone.
What? You're not giving face to Curran.
Kara was a little surprised.
But who could this distinguished and valuable guest, who had come here for lunch, have been? It was Miller and Gerald. Miller had always been a sincere and low-key person. She would definitely not dine in places of such posh. So how could she possibly be Homeland Kitchen's most distinguished and valuable guest? Wait, could it be Gerald?
Alright guys, that's all for today. How about that? See you again in our next video. Bye bye.